Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're here with Arkham Knight Catwoman, who dropped in update 2.9 and is the first challenge character in this update, and we're going to be showing off why she's so good. We've got a team set up to take advantage of her damage over time.
Yeah, we're going to do something a little bit differently. We're actually not going to finish the fight. We're just going to show you how much bleed and burn and all that kind of nice damage over time
That she does in a single special one.
if she's geared up properly. And then we're going to show you her trying to take advantage of her passive using just Arkham Knight teammates instead. So what's quite impressive with her is just how much...
Begin.
So the key to her damage over time is that it doesn't work exactly like you think it does, and we'll get into it right after we're done this. I have to stop paying attention.
You lack discipline.
Wow, okay, so each Arkham teammate, she's got a base damage over time of about, at this level 50, E7, of about 2,000 per second. Each Arkham teammate boosts that by 50%, so that's another 100% boost. If she swipes to 200% on her special, that boosts it by another 50. It doesn't actually double it, it boosts it by another 50%. And Batman Returns Catwoman only gives her a 50% boost on that base damage, which is kind of crap. So if you give her gear that boosts her crit damage by 50%, you give her 50% crit chance, that gives her 3 times as much damage. So she can easily do, with the right teammates, 15,000 damage per second.
Yeah, if she's geared up right.
And that's just based on actually without any gear. If you add the gear to give the extra 10%, that's from the EVII stick, an extra 6% or whatever from the other. Like, it's pretty impressive. Alright, so...
yeah, you deal basically all their health pretty much no matter what, and then if you add the gear onto that, it's,
Alright, so she did 227,000 damage on one special one.
And that is going to be a little more than she'll do on anybody else. One, because obviously you can't actually deal that much damage, and another because the 10% and 6% scale up to Arkham Origins 251,000 damage, but it's still insane.
So the same setup as we used on Joker, you have the Razzle Goose Scimitar to give her the first bar because you want it to trigger immediately. You want to be able to use her special one immediately when the opponent has a full health. Yeah. So that you're taking full advantage of the damage over time.
Because you're gonna kill them no matter what, so it's gonna... It'd just be a waste if you need to do any damage to them before that.
The EVII stick is for extra 10% damage over time, and Lex Score is also for an extra 6%, but also for the crit boost. You could do lots of other things for crit boost. You could use a Cloak of Destiny. You could use her steel or her diamond tip claws.
Like you said, it does so much damage. You almost don't need the EVII stick. You don't actually really need the EVII stick on anybody except for somebody with this insane amount of health, which you can't find outside of the this mode, right?
Right. So
you could use a different gear instead of the EVII stick. It's just we like to kind of make sure, and it does give you a little bit more damage on special one, so it's not bad.
So now we're going to show you the difference in terms of how much damage it'll do with Arkham Knight. And for practical purposes, there's not enough difference to make it worth it. I think even sometimes the numbers are a little bit less. Part of it might depend on how often her damage over time ticks as critical.
Yeah.
It bothers me a little bit to not win these fights and to let her die, but in order to stay on Arkham Origins Batman, to be able to fight him again, to demonstrate it, we have to.
Yeah, and this is also probably the best demonstration of just how much damage it does by itself. And blocking totally doesn't matter. We will deal a little bit less damage because it was blocked, but it won't actually make a big difference at the end of the day. So you can see that little kind of half of a single bar is the difference in damage between actually getting your special one off and having it blocked.
That's true. Right, because her special one is really, I think we can take a look at it, it's only 24,000. So losing half of that is another 12,000. So we should be seeing somewhere just over 200. And again, for practical purposes, it seems like you should put her with an Arkham Knight team. It doesn't matter really as much because the boost from animated Harley Quinn is, what, 20% from... Oh, I need to... From Harley Quinn is 20%, from Wonder Woman is 30%, so she's doing more damage. and she's got slightly better power gen. So for a fight, if you're making Arkham Knight Catwoman the star, it's probably actually better to do the other team because it offers her more benefits, even though they're weaker teammates.
Yeah, so it's just as effective, and it doesn't waste all these useful gold characters that you could be putting in a bunch of other teams.
Right.
Arkham Knight Batman is really a good addition to almost any team that doesn't require a lot of synergy.
Yeah. So we're talking opportunity cost, right? Like you're losing a chance to use them on another team. All right. So here, although it probably doesn't matter nearly as much now that we've got free energy refills, you can just use whoever you want. Oh, it's one thing we forgot to mention about energy refills. The energy refills, like the Immortals, doesn't work on just the guys of your team when you watch the video. It works on your entire roster.
And we're gonna film a video about energy refills probably pretty soon.
Yeah. So notice, all right. So again, well over 200,000. Yes, it's maybe marginally a little bit more. That's a bit random because it depends on what crits. And you're also looking at the other characters sort of not really being necessary for the team.
Yeah. So that's it. She's definitely really, really good. Testing her out in multiplayer, she'd probably just rip through teams. It's another great team. And she's fun to play with too. Damage over time, the team that we made with the Joker was a pretty fun team to mess around with, and now it's really gotten a lot more viable now that one of the new really kind of high stat characters has gotten damage over time.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you guys next time. Komoda.